Hi, I'm Mike with House on the Mend, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the very sleek Litheli U20 cordless hedge trimmers. So let's get started.
House on the Mend.
Now, I'm not paid nor sponsored by Litheli. They simply reached out and offered to send me this unit for my independent review, and it couldn't have come at a better time because spring is here and all of our hedges are overgrown and our walkways are being taken over, so I can't wait to see what this guy can do. Why don't we unbox it and see what comes inside? Wow, a box within a box. Look at that. So here's everything that comes in the package, including the manual that is very well written. And the first thing I notice is this is the sleekest gardening tool I've ever seen. It comes with this nice scabbard. You're supposed to press right here, pull that out. That looks like stamped metal, maybe even stainless steel. Very nice. It's got a front guard here. You have the front handle and the rear handle. If you saw this logo and this thing that looks like a fan in the picture, that is simply decorative. There is nothing expelling air or heat, but right here you have ports for doing that. Now, let's take a look at the battery, because the battery is just as sleek. So this battery looks just like something that you would use to externally charge your laptop, iPad, or phone. It comes with a braided cable that is the traditional USB on one side, then USB-C on the other. You actually charge this guy with USB-C power. It does not come with the plug that's going to go into your wall. It just comes with the cord. So from the factory, if you look on here, we have 3 bars. That's indicating it's got around 75% of charge. I love that it has a battery power indicator. Now on the back here, you have a traditional USB port. That's because this guy can be plugged in and charge your mobile device if you wanted to. I've never seen a battery for a gardening tool that was that multifunctional. To insert the battery, we simply slide it in thicker side towards the front of the tool, and it clicks right into place. To remove the battery, there is a button right underneath the rear handle that you push, and the battery comes right out. Pretty cool. All right. Something I have never seen before on hedge trimmers are 2 switches integral to the handles. So usually you have some sort of unlocking button for safety, and then you pull or depress the rear trigger. But in this case, on all 3 sides inside of the front handle, there is a switch. You have to pull that switch and depress the rear switch. So it'd be very difficult to injure yourself since both hands have to be on the tool at all times. Pretty cool design. The overall build quality is really good. There are several different colors of plastic. These aren't stickers. Everything is finished really well. There's no sharp edges on the tool. Let's take a look at the length of the cutting blade. It's supposed to be 20 inches. And yep, we're actually about 21 inches or so, so right on the money. I love this scabbard that you can put over it for storing it so it doesn't get dull. Let's take the battery inside and let's charge it and see how long it takes and if it heats up. All right, the included battery is a 2 amp hour battery or 2000 milliamp hour battery, and it has a maximum input charge of 45 watts, and that's quite a bit. I don't have any type of charger that will output 45 watts. I have this one for my Narbox, which is a video file backup drive. Also, this one from DJI for my drone batteries. And those are putting out 15 watts. But since I don't think most people have something that high output, you can either purchase it or let's just test it with your standard average everyday charger. This is 10 watts. So we're going to put that into place. When charging the battery, you want the temperature to be between 5 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius. However, when using the tool, you want to use and store the battery between 0 and 45 degrees Celsius, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 113. If you store the battery at a temperature exceeding that, you can damage it and shorten its lifespan. All right, so this is the included cable, and look at this. I've never seen a cable like this. It's typical standard USB right here, but you can break this piece apart here, and inside there is a USB-C, which this charger here uses. That is pretty cool. I've never seen anything like that. Let's use our standard USB. We're going to plug that into the battery, and we should start seeing the remaining light flash. Let's hit our stopwatch, see how long that takes to get from 75 to 100% charge. And our starting temperature is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, an hour and 23 minutes to go from 75% to fully charged, as we can see by 4 solid lights. Now, while I was waiting for it to finish charging, I saw in the manual that the battery and the tool both have a 3-year warranty, so that's pretty great. Now I want to test, just for fun, the charging capability of the battery. So I've got a little contact charger here. Let's see how we do this. Can I leave it right in the USB-C port, or is that strictly for charging? And if I place the phone over here, sure enough, it starts charging. All right, let's also test standard USB. The battery's not turned on. Let's see if it turns on by itself when I plug it into the charger. If I place the battery on, it starts charging and the lights come on. So it will automatically sense a drain from either port and turn on to start charging or supplying power to whatever you hook it to. Pretty cool. Well, no better place to get started than the Hedge we're already at. So I've got hearing protection, eye protection, and gloves on. Let's get going. All right, thoughts after the first cut. It's really well balanced. The transitioning from sideways to up top to the other side was flawless. I was wondering if I was going to have an interruption because of the switching, but that didn't happen. So we've got a lot more cutting to do. I'm going to go ahead and take some silicone lubricant and lube up these cutting blades, because we're going to spend the rest of the day with this guy. All right, this is just silicone spray, not your traditional WD-40.
I always would be proof for skill.
So one thing I have noticed with the two-handed requirement is in some cases when I'm cutting hedges, I can pull back on the shrub like this and with one hand get in there so I'm not bumping up against the window screen. And in this instance, I'm not able to do that. I actually edit all my videos right inside this window here, so I love looking out this way. It's going to be nice to have these cut back a bit so I can do that. So a workaround to this two-handed thing is I'm going to have to stop cutting, place the hedge trimmers behind the hedge so as not to cut into the window screen, start it and roll it to make the cut. So same with my stucco wall here. Now before I go littering it with all this hedge, look how cute my wife's Easter decoration was at our front door. Just awesome. Man, this mock orange has exploded. So as I'm walking around on other bushes trying to get into a good comfortable spot to make another cut back here, this tool is really well balanced by the forward handle here. It's really comfortable. Much better. Oh, this is going to be graceful. Well, I'm up here on our front gate and I love these red tip photinias. The problem is they're all peeking out past the fencing like they're on death row. So let's get up here and take care of that. Here's another instance where a one-handed operation would be awesome. Well, that's it for the front yard, and we've got 2 of the 4 bars left. Let's head to the backyard. Oh, I feel like a chaperone at a high school dance. Hey, getting a little close here. This walkway is getting a little crowded for my shoulder and elbow room. That's better. All right, that's the kitchen window where I do the dishes in the morning, and I like looking out this way to see our chickens and all the little birds, but it's way overgrown, and there's actually supposed to be a path to the hose back here, so let's dress this area up. That's a lot better. Oh, there it goes. Finally. Down to 1 bar. Well, that cutting went on for hours, and I wanted to capture the exact moment when the battery was finally exhausted. And here is a montage of all the area I was able to cut with one single battery charge. Now, I was very curious to see how long it would take to fully charge a depleted battery with the 45-watt charger that it can handle. So I ordered one off of Amazon, should be here in a little bit. Here is a video comparison of the size and weight of the Litheli 2 amp hour battery compared to other brands, as well as how long it takes to fully charge a battery at its full 45-watt charging capacity. A quick comparison of the Litheli 2 amp hour battery next to 3 of its competitors, also 2 amp hours, shows that it's got a slightly larger perimeter. However, it's the thinnest of the 4 and the second lightest, weighing in at 14.2 ounces. Yes, our 45-watt charger came in. And it has its own cable, so we might as well use that. Feels pretty heavy duty. Here we go. Starting at 1 bar. (76°). Wow, so the manual states that the charging time is 55 minutes at its max input of 45 watts. That's very close to what I clocked it at, being an hour and 1 minute. So very impressive difference. You recall it was an hour and almost 30 minutes or so to get from 75% to 100%. So this charger makes all the difference. Now we did rise in temperature to 88 degrees. Now let's talk about the pros and cons. First, the pros. The build quality and the balance of this tool are excellent. As you can see in this picture, the cuts are very clean, which is a testament to how sharp the blades are. No question about the battery life, it is excellent. And I always give a consideration to the battery platform before I recommend a tool. And as you can see on the website, I noticed there was only 3 tools currently there using this U20 battery platform, but on the box that the Hedge trimmers came in, there were several tools. So I reached out to Litheli and asked them to explain that discrepancy, and they told me that they are in the process of phasing out their very standard looking 20-volt battery platform, and all future tools coming out, which there are a bunch this year, are going to have this U20 battery, which I think is very sleek. Now the cons. And thankfully there's just one. There were certain circumstances where I found the 2-handed grip requirement to start the tool was a little bit cumbersome when trying to get towards the back of a set of hedges and make a cut without interfering with the stucco or this window screen. I'm sure if you wanted to, you could overcome that with a clamp or a strap of some sort, but I didn't want to do that on film since these safety precautions said to use 2 hands. So if you found this video helpful, will you please give it a thumbs up? It really helps the algorithms to start suggesting it to more viewers like you. Also, please consider subscribing. I'm working really hard to put out good quality content. There's a lot more videos to come. Now I'm going to leave a link to this tool as well as the 45-watt charger I found. Full disclosure, those will be Amazon affiliate links. So if you click on them and end up making a purchase, it won't cost you a thing, but I do get a small reward at the end of the month. I'm also going to leave a link to Litheli's website so you can check out all the various things they have. Way more than just power tools. They also have a lot of battery storage options for camping and overlanding, solar chargers, all kinds of stuff. It's a pretty neat website. I'd like to thank Litheli for sending me out this tool. I think it takes a lot of courage for a company to send out a tool with no prearranged agreements, and I respect them for doing that. Until next time, thank you for watching.